If you have this sign on your hand, you will receive double the luck. Hello everyone. Today we will explore a very special hand, a hand that gathers many lucky signs, promising wealth, harmonious children, and a fulfilling later life. If you are curious to know the secrets hidden in this hand, don't take your eyes off the screen. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any interesting and useful videos about palmistry, physiognomy, and feng shui. Thank you for your trust. Today, I am very happy to analyze your hand. You were born in 1987, and this year you are 38 years old. First of all, looking at the overall hand, you have rather thick palms on both hands. In particular, this hand shows many good signs. First, the palm color is rosy, and the palm lines are clear. This indicates that you are a person with strong willpower, determination, and a relatively high level of action in life. However, when observing your lifeline carefully, it is seen that this line goes fairly steep and quite straight. People with a straight and steep lifeline are often perfectionists, meticulous, and not very extroverted. They usually prefer jobs that require a lot of contemplation, leaning more toward introversion. With this characteristic, stable jobs such as in technical fields will be quite suitable for you. In addition, there is a very special feature on your hand. The fate line is connected to the lifeline and rises upward. People with this feature often encounter a lot of luck in life. First, they usually enjoy good health. Your lifeline, although not very wide, is clear and unbroken, which shows that you have a stable health foundation. Moreover, your palm color is rosy, with alternating shades of pink and white. This is a sign that the hand has good vitality. Another outstanding feature of this hand is that your headline is very straight. This shows that you are intelligent, action-oriented, and ready to do what you desire. Especially at the end of the headline, there is a branch that curves upward, which is a sign of a very good later life. After the age of about 40, your career will have strong progress. Although at present, you may not have achieved great success or significant signs of accomplishment, after the age of 40, luck will come abundantly and clearly. In addition, on your hand, there also appears a very distinct X-shaped palm. People with an X-shaped palm are usually extremely kind-hearted, always thinking of others and doing many good deeds. Another feature is that your heart line splits into 3 branches at the end. People with this characteristic often know how to put themselves in others' situations when working. This shows that you have a good heart, always ready to give and to dedicate your own value to the community. Besides that, your thumb is prominent and quite good, reflecting strong willpower. Especially on the thumb, there appears a phoenix eye pattern. People who possess a phoenix eye on their thumb are often very intelligent, insightful, and capable of deep contemplation. This is a sign of people who have the destiny of a teacher, meaning they have the ability to guide, lead, or convey knowledge. If you have qualifications and delve deeply into your field of expertise, you will become a person of great value, bringing many benefits to the community. On your hand, at the base of the palm, there appear foundational lines in the shape of a triangle. This is a sign that your family background is very good, with inherited assets from your ancestors. These may be estates, land, or assets of spiritual value, such as the family's traditional profession or great support in your career. From your lifeline, there are also lines that rise toward the Mount of Jupiter. Your Mount of Jupiter is quite prominent, showing that you are a person with strong ambition to rise. These rising lines are also called intuition lines, indicating that you have a strong ability for spiritual guidance. Combined with the Phoenix eye sign, you have very accurate intuition and premonition in life. When facing difficulties, you often have dreams or omens beforehand that help you overcome challenges and escape from danger safely. In addition, from the area of your wrist, there are merit lines representing divine protection and blessings, bringing much luck into your life. Moreover, the Mount of Luna, Mount of Moon, on your palm is quite smooth, prominent, not cut or broken, and without negative signs. This indicates luck, wisdom, and intelligence. People with a prominent Mount of Luna are usually very creative in their work, especially in the field of art. They always put artistry and dedication into everything they do, which helps them easily reach fulfillment in both work and life. Furthermore, this mount also represents spiritual merit, showing people who are protected and blessed by divine powers. On your palm, there is also a special sign. Besides the large X in the middle of the palm, there are also several small X signs. However, these X marks indicate that in your youth, you may experience a failure, especially between the ages of 35 and 40. During this period, your financial and economic situation may stagnate, particularly when you engage in business investments. At this stage, you need to be especially cautious because the sign of failure appears exactly in the area corresponding to the age of about 35. You are an emotional person who tends to place a lot of trust in partners. If you receive offers to cooperate or invest with friends, you need to be careful because you may easily be influenced or even taken advantage of. Your palm also shows a rather long heart line, branching into many smaller lines. However, this line has many tiny crossing lines and even some lines pointing downward. This indicates that you are a kind person but easily fall into emotional dependency, being strongly influenced by feelings, and may sacrifice your own interests for others. Therefore, you need to pay attention to maintaining balance between reason and emotion. Your fingers are very straight, which represents a good family background. You were born and raised in a family with traditions and strong support from relatives. Your Mount of Mars is also prominent, showing that you are courageous, ready to face difficulties and challenges in life. For that reason, luck and success will surely come to you. On your hand, the career line appears quite clearly. However, on this career line, there is an additional branch extending toward the finger gap, and below it, another line also extends toward a finger gap, meaning you possess two career lines. This is a warning sign. Around the age of 35, as mentioned before, you may encounter upheavals in your job and career. This can cause financial loss, career setbacks, or issues related to your personal life, creating much pressure and worry. In addition, another stage you need to pay attention to is around the age of 50. If you plan to engage in major business ventures, this period may also bring challenges and even failure. Nevertheless, your hand still shows many signs of someone capable of achieving success. In particular, you have an upward curving line, indicating that after the age of 40, your career will open up to many new opportunities, new acquaintances, or important investment chances. At this time, you can boldly move forward, but you must still be cautious of the difficulties around age 50. Your hand shows that success will surely come because you are hardworking, decisive, and determined. Moreover, the formation between your lifeline and headline creates a chain-like pattern which represents a strong entrepreneurial spirit. You always want to change and do new things. If you maintain your willpower and determination, you will achieve many accomplishments. However, you must be especially careful not to let emotions interfere with work in order to reap great success. In addition, your fingers are very straight, showing that you have a good family background, nurtured within a stable family foundation. However, the heart line on your hand is quite unfavorable. As previously analyzed, you are easily influenced by emotions. At the same time, in marriage, this hand also shows the possibility of having experienced divorce or difficulties in romantic relationships. On your hand, when considering marriage, there are many downward branching lines. This is a sign that you are deeply emotional. Once you give your heart to someone, you love wholeheartedly and devote yourself fully to that person. At the very beginning of the heart line, there are also many small branches, which shows that in marriage, you may have many children, and your children will grow and develop well. However, in married life, between the ages of about 30 to 33, you are likely to encounter upheavals. Even so, this hand also shows accumulation of assets, as that area displays good signs, indicating that you have the ability to achieve material stability. In addition, when you close your fingers together, the gaps are very tight, proving that you are someone with good financial management skills, who knows how to preserve money and values economic stability. Especially when examining your right hand, there appears a prominent spiritual sign, a large prajna boat. People who possess this sign usually experience many hardships and challenges in their youth, making it difficult to achieve fulfillment early in life. However, these very hardships help them mature, awaken, and gradually move toward the shore of happiness. Beyond the prajna boat, there also appears on your hand the triangle of virtue and blessings, a sign of a good later life. It shows that you receive protection from your ancestors and divine powers, enabling you to overcome many challenges in life. However, in the area of the lifeline, around the ages of 35 to 36, there is a deep cut. This is a negative sign, reflecting that you went through heavy pressure at work, possibly related to an accident or health issues. It is very likely that during this period you had to undergo surgery or experienced a strong physical impact. But fortunately, you overcame this difficult stage, as now you are already 38 years old, and in that same area, a triangle also appears, proving that after the upheaval, you were able to regain balance and continue walking firmly in life. This hand shows that you may face difficulties in love and marriage, but in work you are diligent, with a tendency to take the lead, always ready to sacrifice your own interests to help others. Your hand also clearly reflects the element of karma. Those who possess the prajna boat, along with the virtue blessings triangle, usually have a spiritual inclination. At a certain stage of life, they begin to think about spiritual practice, believe in the law of cause and effect, and wish to give more. You have a tendency to want to help others, enjoy participating in spiritual activities, sharing knowledge, or healing. If you have the right conditions and time, you can absolutely become a teacher of great value to the community. People with the prajna boat often love helping others, as if rescuing those who are facing difficulties in life. This is an extremely auspicious sign of people with kind hearts. However, if they go down the wrong path, neglect spiritual cultivation, or fail to do good deeds, retribution will come very quickly, with karma manifesting early and clearly. In addition, on both of your hands, there also appears the sign of the M-shaped palm. People with this sign are usually intelligent, but in life, they can be somewhat stubborn, always wanting independence and refusing to rely on others. This makes their youth challenging, with slower progress because they want to shoulder everything on their own. Even if born into a supportive family, you still long to find your own path, a personal mission, or a new direction in life. The prajna boat on your palm also affirms that you will eventually reach the shore of happiness in the future. Your later years will be very good. After the age of 50, your life will be abundant, prosperous, and free of lack. Overall, when reading palms, many people often wonder, will I be wealthy? This hand shows that you have the potential for wealth, as many auspicious signs appear on your palm. However, prosperity will not come early. It requires time and challenges to achieve. At present, your career is in a stage of new development, but there are still many difficulties. Around the age of 35, you already faced ups and downs and failure. By around 50, there may still be some obstacles, not as severe as in youth, but enough to cause worry. Even so, if you maintain faith, have courage, and prepare in advance, you will be able to overcome any adversity that may arise. Your palm also shows signs related to health. Right at the beginning of the lifeline, there is an oval shape. This indicates that you may face issues concerning the stomach or the respiratory system. Therefore, you should pay attention to your health, especially when the weather changes or when stress and pressure may easily affect your stomach. Overall, this hand is very good, but the love line seems rather turbulent. It is very likely that you have experienced difficulties in romance or marriage. In return, you will have many children who will grow well and tend to become a strong source of support and stability for the family. In terms of wealth, you are still someone who will have savings and enjoy a comfortable life. The above is the complete analysis of your palm, wishing you much success and fulfillment in life.